Abuaji Daniel. We are Vincent. Nkrumah Gifty. And also I had the masters at Kwabena University of Science and Technology.
That's the Member of Parliament for Juaboso Constituency, Kwabena Mintah Akandoh, handing over checks paid into the school's account to the students. In all, a total of 55 students were offered scholarship to, among others, pursue medicine, pharmacy, engineering, nursing at the University of Health and Allied Sciences, whilst others received scholarship to the various training colleges. At a brief ceremony, the MP observed that the hardship in the country, which is having a toll on struggling cocoa farmers who have no resources to further the education of their wards, is the reason for this initiative.
This is a rural constituency, and the major occupation here is farming, especially cocoa farming. And so if the crop here doesn't go well, the people here suffer. Looking at the economic conditions in the country, the hardship is really reflecting in my constituency. So I get a lot of calls, a lot of applications, people who have gotten admissions and cannot even afford admission fees, people who are continuing students and they cannot pay their school fees, accommodations and what have you. So at least I decided to dedicate some amount of money, as I have been doing almost every year, to support the tertiary students, to enable them to pursue their education. So we have spent about 100,000 Ghana cedis today, and there are about 55 applicants. Yeah, and there's still, a backlog of outstanding applications that in the next phase we'll also consider.
He also cautioned the students against social vices which will negatively impact on their academic activities.
If you really want to succeed as a young man or woman, there are certain vices that you must do away with, especially those of us coming from the rural areas, because we know where we are coming from. There's no need for you to go and adapt certain behaviors like smoking, drinking, womanizing and what have you. That definitely would divert your attention from studies. And so I needed to admonish them to be respectful, to study hard, so that they will come back to the constituency to make us proud, to make their families proud, and to make Mother Ghana proud.
Some elated students and excited parents who were at the function were full of praise to the MP for the rollout of the scheme. Francis Xavier Amakwahene, the last of 11 children of his family, gained admission to study medicine at the University of Health and Allied Sciences. Amakwahene, who earlier had been having sleepless nights over how his mother, a cocoa farmer, would finance his education, said a burden has been lifted off his shoulder.
Pursuing medicine is a huge task, and it involves a lot of money. And my mother is a peasant farmer whose annual salary is less than 3,000. And then that 3,000 can't afford the books and then even the admission fee. So the support that the Member of Parliament has given, I really appreciate it, and I assure him that it won't go to waste. I'll do my best and come back and help the constituency, because we were, I think, 120 in number for the medical school, and due to the money that is involved, a lot of them were cut off due to the difficulty in payment. So giving me that support, I really appreciate it, and I was glad hearing from him.
Another student, Gifty Nkrumah, received a scholarship to pursue Masters in Clinical Biology at the Kwabena Mintah University of Science and Technology. She had been home for 2 years after her undergraduate program and was thrilled by the support provided by the MP.
It's not easy to come by money these days, so for an MP to allocate a fund to support young people like us, I think it's really good, and we are really grateful for that. I stayed home for 2 years.
Meanwhile, the MP says provisions are being made for unsuccessful applicants to ensure they also attain their academic dreams. For Joy News, I am Kwesi Parker Wilson.